All right, parents, how are you tonight? If this at all trips you up to the point where you can't do it, don't worry about it. But I'm going to do a little screencast on a relative adverb and how it's used, okay? So, it just introduces a group of words or a clause that gives that additional information, right? That's the relative adverb. So, for example, in this one, Dad came home, here's the relative adverb, when he got some good news. So the additional information is, Dad got some good news, right? And the verb is, he came home, right? So there it is. That's a relative adverb. Let's take a look. So our relative adverbs are where, when, and why. So let's look at these example sections here. Let's eat dinner where? So the verb is eat. We're going to eat dinner. And the additional information is where they serve pizza, right? And the relative adverb is where. Right there it is. Okay? Here it is. Here's when. Time, right? We'll go, that's the verb, when Mom comes home. Okay? So the relative adverb is when. Okay? And the additional information is when Mom gets home. We're going to go. Right? So it's that additional information usually follows the relative adverb. Dad will tell her, verb is tell, why we are celebrating, right? Our relative adverb is why. Okay, so we're going to tell her why we are celebrating. So he's going to tell her, but he's going to give her the reason why. And that's that additional information. So for tonight's homework for number 8, right there it is. It says, read the sentence, complete the sentence with a relative adverb, right? So we're going to use where, when, and why. I used to live where the shopping mall is now, right? And so that additional information is right here, where the shopping mall is now, right? And the relative adverb is where, okay? So you'll do 2 and 3 on your own. And then down here it says, read the sentence. Circle the relative adverb. Underline the clause it introduces. So let's do I'll do 4 and 5 with you. Were you going to play basketball when I saw you? There it is. Were you going to play basketball when I saw you? So when kind of modifies the verb play. Right? Were you going to play basketball when? There's your relative adverb. I saw you is the clause. That's that additional information. How about, let's do a better one. I cannot imagine why people stay indoors on such a nice day. So, I cannot imagine, here's that relative adverb. Right, there's your verb. Why people stay indoors on such a nice day is the clause that it introduces. Isn't that easy? All right, so you guys do 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, here we go. More relative adverbs for section 9, right? Right, a relative adverb introduces a clause, right, or additional information. So look, take a look. I imagine life was very different, here's your relative adverb, when the United States wasn't a country yet, right? So again, our relative adverbs are where, when, and why. Place, time, and reason. All right, so here we go. I thought the second one was a little easier, so take a look. It says, the city looked very different when it was signed. So it says, read the sentence, underline the relative adverb, and the clause it introduces. So we're going to do it. When it was signed. Then explain what the clause gives information about. So the city looked very different when it was signed. So I'm thinking the clause tells us that when the declaration was signed, it was a long time ago and the city looked differently, right? So it was a long time ago. And the city looked different, right? All right. So Do your best on that to find the relative adverb and the additional information, okay? That's really what I'm looking for. Do your best on the explanations. If that gets to be ridiculous, then you can kind of skip through that. All right, so what is the deal here? Oh, good, I'm glad. So parents, I thought I didn't record. Have a great night, and Tadero out.